Now at 10, at least 4 people are dead after a shooting at a Tulsa hospital. Plus, a local organization provides youth mental health first aid training, and how the state of Kansas upgraded its unemployment insurance system.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
At least 4 people are dead and an unknown number wounded after yet another mass shooting, this one in Tulsa. This is KOAM News at 10. Authorities say the shooter is also dead. Matt Piper reports.
A gunman opened fire Wednesday at a medical office building on St. Francis Hospital's campus.
From what we do know, it could be a combination both of employees and visitors.
Investigators described the scene inside as catastrophic. They say the shooter was armed with both a handgun and a rifle and appeared to fire each weapon during the attack. Police say the suspect died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
The officers that did arrive were hearing shots in the building, and that's what directed them to the second floor.
A nurse at St. Francis said gunfire was heard throughout the facility.
It's like what's going on, with the world these days, It's heartbreaking.
Officers say they were there within 3 minutes and conducted a room-by-room search of the entire hospital campus. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Authorities have not yet released the identity of the gunman and victims. Let's check in with Doug Hattie for a first look at the weather.
Well, we had another big bout of heavy amounts of rain late last night into the morning hours, and then kind of hit and miss showers throughout the day. A little bit chilly, a lot of clouds, but still not bad as we did go into the 70s for highs after we got these bands of showers and thunderstorms out of here during the morning hours. Now behind it, we still have some spotty little guys, and these are going to pop up, kind of hit and miss over the next few hours, but I think any showers, these are pretty much going to be out of here by the time we head into the morning hours, which is good news. We need a chance to dry out a bit. Now the clouds are going to stick around with these spotty showers. I also think we're going to get some patchy fog. So if you're going to be on the roadways tonight into the morning, watch out for that, as that can lower the visibilities. 59 to start, 66 by 10, 70 noon, 74 tomorrow. Looks like a nice day. Unfortunately, more rain in the forecast. We'll discuss it here in a bit.
Parts of southeast Kansas saw some straight line wind damage overnight. This is video from Allen County. The wind knocked down several trees, tore the roof off of some structures, and damaged fences. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation released autopsy results for an inmate who died while in custody at the Ottawa County Jail. Authorities say 38-year-old Michael Victor died in November of last year after around a month in the jail. The Sheriff's Office says Victor had a medical emergency. Jailers tried to render aid, took him to the hospital where he later died. Today, the OSBI announced autopsy results showed he died as a result of fentanyl poisoning. The mental health of area teens was the focus of a program today for area professionals. The Crawford County Mental Health Center hosted a seminar for people who work with teens ages 13 to 18. The seminar put the group through a series of exercises to help them identify teenagers struggling with mental health issues and provide them with help.
It makes us more aware of what their feelings and their needs are, and so I appreciate getting the extra advice, how to deal with kids when they're having emotional problems. So.
You can find more information on classes like this one at crawfordmentalhealth.org. An online map and contact information will help Missouri families find free local summer food programs. Children under 18 will receive free meals at hundreds of locations in Missouri. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services Summer Food Service Program provides breakfast, lunch, and/or snacks to children living in eligible areas when children do not have access to free or reduced price meals at school. To find the online interactive map of locations and more information on summer food sources in all 4 of our states, just click on the link at koamnewsnow.com. A Southwest Missouri-based food bank has reached a milestone in grants to its partners. Ozarks Food Harvest today announced it's awarded $1 million in grants this week alone to more than 70 of its area food bank partners. Officials say this push for grants was spurred by research from the University of Missouri Interdisciplinary Center for Food Security, which showed how much area food banks rely on assistance from Ozarks Food Harvest. A local organization today gave veterans a chance to get a little mental health therapy by working with horses. Charlie 22 Outdoors partnered with Risen Ranch Cowboy Church and Arena in Carthage for Operation Risen Ranch. As part of the event, veterans learned how to shoe and groom horses.
That they have another way to handle the demons they're facing. When they come here to this, it's not about watching a guy on a horse. That's the activity. But it's about another way of releasing the demons and anxiety and depression and things they're facing. Whether it's watching a horse, riding a horse, being with other veterans, whatever it is, there's ways of handling things they're facing.
The organization will host more events as part of Operation Risen Ranch, including ones in July, August, September, October, and in November. Pitt State's Bicknell Family Center for the Arts has a new exhibit focusing on one of the most well-known concentration camps of World War II. The exhibit features 14 photos taken at Auschwitz, titled Auschwitz KZ-1 and 2. They were taken by a professional photographer who also teaches at Missouri Southern. The exhibit is free and is open to the public through June 30th. The Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce today announced its new president. Travis Stevens will be taking over the role. Stevens has more than a decade of experience in community and economic development, having served in different roles in Bella Vista and Bentonville, Arkansas areas, among others. His first day as president will be June 28th. Coming up, the White House announces plans to help ease the infant formula shortage. Plus, the jury in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial reaches a verdict. President Biden today led a virtual roundtable of executives from leading infant formula manufacturers. One of those manufacturers was the startup By Heart, which just received a nearly $2 million commitment from Pennsylvania's governor to help it expand. Still, the president says the problem can't be fixed immediately.
So I ask you to keep focused, stay in high gear. We can't let up in the infant formula market back until it's all the way back to normal. And that's going to take a couple more months, but we're making significant progress.
2 shipments of formula will be flown in from Australia next week. That's on top of another flight from the UK next week as well. A jury in Virginia has reached a split verdict in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial. The 3-time Academy Award nominee sued his ex-wife for $50 million, claiming she defamed him in a Washington Post article. Heard countersued, saying it was Depp and his lawyer who defamed her. While the jury mostly sided with Depp, both sides walked away with a victory. Reporter Natalie Brand has the latest from the Virginia courthouse.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven, by clear and convincing evidence, that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
A Virginia jury has sided with actor Johnny Depp in his lawsuit against ex-wife Amber Heard. Jurors awarded Depp $15 million in damages. He was not in the courtroom when the verdicts were read.
Today's verdict confirms what we have said from the beginning, that the claims against Johnny Depp are defamatory and unsupported by any evidence.
Johnny! Outside court, fans chanted in favor of Depp. Inside, Heard remained stoic. She walked away with a small victory. The jury awarded her $2 million in her countersuit. The 7-person jury had to make a unanimous decision to reach each verdict. The jury deliberated for about 12 hours over 3 days.
I've never struck Miss Heard. I've never struck a woman in my life.
The Pirates of the Caribbean star sued his ex-wife for defamation, citing a 2018 Washington Post op-ed in which Heard referred to herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Although Depp was not named in the article, Heard countersued for $100 million after Depp's former attorney called her allegations a hoax.
I have the right to tell my story.
Heard posted on Instagram that she's heartbroken and disappointed with what the verdict means for other women. Depp said on social media that he's humbled the jury gave him his life back. Natalie Brand, CBS News.
The jury awarded $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive, but Virginia state law caps punitive damages at $350,000. The judge indicated Depp will receive a little more than $10 million. A new report from the Labor Department says for every unemployed person seeking work, there are nearly 2 job openings. The report also found the number of workers being fired or laid off has hit the lowest point on record. With such a high percentage of job openings, employers are eager to at least hang on to the workers they have, especially in the wake of the shifting labor market post-pandemic. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly today announced upgrades to the state's unemployment insurance system. During pandemic lockdowns, a lot of people lost their jobs and filed unemployment for help, but were met with several glitches and delays as the state dealt with a wave of fraudulent claims. Well, now the state says its system has been modernized after 26 months and $48 million in work, some of which came from federal grants. The upgrades include a brand new IT legacy system, customer experience enhancements, and improved data security. This Father's Day is going to be a busy one for businesses, but not quite as busy as Mother's Day. The National Retail Federation says it expects Americans to spend $20 billion on celebrating Father's Day this month. That's on par with last year's record-setting figure, but less than the nearly $32 billion people were expected to spend on Mother's Day this year. The NRF says consumers plan to spend on average $172 to honor the men in their lives. A little bit later, the state champion Frontenac High School softball team gives some local kids a hands-on lesson.
Plus, it looks like we get to dry out just a bit for the next couple days, but for how long? We're going to look at that in just a bit. Well, of course, we had the showers. We had the thunderstorms during the morning hours. Some heavy amounts of rain again. We had almost 14 inches in the month of May. And then we get into June, only a day, and we have already over an inch of rain, 27 for the year, 8 inches above. Last year, we were at 19 at this time, so 2022 has been quite a bit wetter. All right, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, Indigo's just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Still have the flood warnings. You have to remember, even though the rain has tapered off, those creeks, rivers, and streams still rise for about the next 12 hours. So that's why we have the flood warnings. Temperature is not too bad. Most of us, northern counties, lower 60s, still near 70. In our southern counties, we'll drop back 58 to about 60 a little bit later on tonight. 64 right now, east, northeasterly winds at 3. Our dew point is almost equal to that temperature, which is why the humidity is so high. When that number and that number meet, of course, you get dew. Well, if you got the moisture on the ground, you get fog. So we're going to have patchy fog for us later on tonight, so watch out for that. Look at the bands of showers, thunderstorms rolling through during the morning. Clouds all day, hit and miss little showers. The flooding rain is out of here, but we still have some little guys out there which have been popping up. We are going to get some hit and miss showers throughout the overnight hours tonight. Good news here is overall this storm system is rolling off toward the east, meaning away from us. And if we actually take a look back toward the west, not a lot going on. This is our weather as we go through the next couple days. Let's go through time. Hit and miss spotty showers through the overnight hours. We'll stop at 2:30. Let's go to the morning. We have the clouds, we have the fog, but the rain is out of here. Let's move through the morning hours. Still a lot of clouds, but as we get through the day, more sun. So this is the noon hour, near 70. Let's go into the afternoon hours, mid 70s for highs. A little bit below normal, but not bad. 59 to start, 69 by noon, 74 during the afternoon. Northerly winds light at about 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, a little bit chilly. Clear skies, we're going to drop back mid 50s for overnight lows. Now, Friday looks pretty good. We're going to have plenty of sunshine, and we warm into the upper 70s during the afternoon. Let's go into the weekend. We do have chances for rain re-entering the forecast. Some scattered showers, some scattered thunderstorms, late afternoon into the evening hours. I do think there's a pretty good chance a complex of thunderstorms roll in late Saturday night into Sunday morning. These could have heavy amounts of rain. Also the potential for severe weather once again, and that trend sticks around into early next week. 74 tomorrow, 77 Friday, 79 Saturday, 86 by Sunday, and then we kind of hang out near 80 degrees, but we're going to have overnight thunderstorms Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night. At least most of the days are pretty good, but it doesn't help with the sogginess.
No, and the temps look okay, but I suspect those are going to be muggy days. So
they
it's
will
going
be.
to feel warmer than it looks.
Yeah, it's still muggy out there now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks, Doug. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. Let's take a look at our tower camera sponsored by R.A. Smith Construction. As work continues on the KOAM More Power project. Check it out anytime on our website, koamnewsnow.com/power. Still ahead, the state champion Frontenac softball team passes along their love for the game to some local kids. And all-region recognition for 4 local college baseball players. Jacob Leonard has that and more coming up.
The Crowder College Rough Riders are still alive in the JUCO World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado. The Rough Riders are 1-1 in the tournament after falling to Wabash Valley last night 13-12. So tonight, Crowder faces elimination hitting the field against Central Arizona. Unfortunately, it goes the other way tonight for the Rough Riders, falling 11-3. Landry Wilkerson goes 2 for 3 with a solo home run. Crowder finishes the season with a 54-13 overall record. Well, 4 local college baseball players earned all-region honors today from the ABCA, including Pittsburgh State first baseman Garrett McGowan, who is a first-team all-region selection. McGowan hit for a team-high .399 average this season, hitting 20 doubles and 18 home runs. He finished the year with 79 RBIs, which is also a team high. McGowan was a first-team All-MIAA pick and on the All-MIAA Gold Glove team after finishing the season with a perfect fielding percentage at first base. He's now nominated for All-America honors from the ABCA, which will be announced on Friday. Joining him on the All-Region list is his teammate Jordan Maxson. Maxson is a second-team All-Region selection in the outfield. Missouri Southern also gets 2 on the All-Central Region team, with catcher Tommy Stevenson and pitcher Logan Van Wy being second-team selections. For Van Wy, it's his 3rd All-Region selection this season after going 7-3 and leading the MIAA in strikeouts this spring for Southern. Well, Frontenac Raiders won the 3A state softball championship on Friday, and just 5 days later, the Raiders are right back to work hosting a 2-day softball camp, passing along what they know to local kids.
Good, Reese. Watch the ball all the way to your hand, okay?
I think that's my favorite part, is just seeing my kids, relay the information and the knowledge that they've gained to these little kids, because the little ones admire them. They look up to them, especially this year, bringing home a state championship.
Try not to flick your wrist through it, keep your arm all the way through it.
How much they look up to us, it's always blows my mind. They always come, half of them were at state, and that's a trip, and just how much they listen, they're willing to learn from you, and how much they trust our abilities.
Good job. Make sure you don't drop your elbow.
I remember being that age and doing these things, and it's really cool getting to return the favor.
And I want you to hit it straight. Yep. And slow down if you have to, right? Slow down and do it right.
I hope they learn something new, at least one thing. I just hope all of them learn to love the game if that's what they want to do.
It's almost like your load. If you're a regular hitter, they load back in that back leg. It's the same thing for us. That's our push off to get some power behind it.
It's just fun to teach these little kids, and hopefully they have a love for the game like we all do when we go out there and play.
We want to stay in those legs, so we're going to stay in our legs, we're going to stay at that same level, and then we're going to go attack at that same level, okay?
Good job, good job.
It's just cool to see high school kids and these older kids give up their time, for their love of the game, and then just to help these younger kids. Head stay still, we're so much better, okay? Good job. There's a lot of people that look up to these girls, and they admire what they do, how they play the game, and just who they are as people, and I just hope that they realize that and are proud of who they are and where they're from.
All these people support us, and the least we can do is let them learn, and when they're older they can continue what we've already built.
Frontenac softball camp will finish up tomorrow morning, running from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Frontenac softball complex. Now in the major leagues, Royals fall tonight 4-0 to the Cleveland Guardians. It's the 11th loss in 13 games for Kansas City. Nobody wants to see it. Let's move on to the National League. Cardinals aim for the sweep tonight against the Padres. First inning, Manny Machado hits a line drive single here. Jurickson Profar scores for San Diego, puts St. Louis in a 1-0 hole. Then here come the Cardinals in the 6th inning. Tie game until Nolan Arenado drills a 2-run homer off Yu Darvish. His 10th of the season, and just like that, Cards have their first lead at 3-1. And Dakota Hudson starts to cruise. He goes 7 innings, allows just 4 hits and 1 run. Cardinals go on to make it a sweep over the Padres, winning tonight 5-2. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after the break.
Apps to learn more. And thanks for watching.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. James Shaw served in the U.S. Army Air Corps from 1942 to 1946. The Galena, Kansas native was stationed in the Pacific, and we salute Captain James Shaw, a 4-state hero. If you've ever wondered why the giant shark Megalodon went extinct, well, scientists, they think they might have an answer. They think the Megalodon likely had to compete with the great white shark for prey, and the great white won the battle for survival. The Megalodon lived more than 23 million years ago and was almost 4 times the size of the great whites we see cruising our oceans today. Scientists believe both great whites and Megalodon sharks feasted on large fish, but the smaller sized great whites didn't require as much food to survive, giving them a competitive advantage. Either way, I think we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, that's a big tooth.
That is a big shark that had a number of those teeth in its mouth. 4 times the size of a great white. The weather.
Fun. Hey, we're going to dry out a bit. 74 tomorrow, 77 on Friday. Rain back by the weekend.
Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.
Service is provided by the Wild Side.